Okay, some people have been asking, how do I make my income? Philippines wise, we do apartment rentals. There's many apartment rentals these days. They cost us about $250,000 per unit, and that's buying the land, renovating the unit, and basically that's about it. Income wise, we're currently renting them out at 6,000 pesos a month, plus bills, and they're all full. We've got another one that's going to be coming available very soon. I'm just getting another fridge for it and a new bed because Mark's moved units and took the fridge in the bed with it. So we just need to put some more bits and pieces in there, and there'll be another unit open. Yeah, they're coming at 6,000 a month. Now, I could charge more, but in all honesty, I just want good tenants in there. And if they're there long term, that's what I'm after. Short term, we charge higher rates. You know, if you're there for a month, it's much higher. Because ideally, we're looking for people to just be in there permanently. But the money that we get from that, we keep in the buildings. So, like what happened now, we're generating the next building, because once the fridge and that's bought for this unit, then we're starting the 3-bedroom apartment that sits above the other units. We're going to finish that, and I've been tempted to rent that out once it's finished as well. So we'll use it when we go back to the Philippines, but at the same time, it's either rent that one out at a higher rate, or that becomes ours when we move our stuff from another unit where it's all sort of sat there. Because we haven't actually got an apartment that basically is sat empty. It's just got all our gear in it as well. So I'm sitting there thinking that's another income we could put in there. Although that one would be about 10,000 a month. It's a much better apartment. Yeah, so still thinking on that one at the minute. But that's the Philippines income. Apartment rentals is the main source. YouTube brings in regular money now. I'm not getting rich off it, but it does pay my electric bills and stuff in the Philippines, so that's fine. I want to try and get that over $1,000, and I'll be honest with you, I have more than one channel, and it's not just about the Philippines. There's a lot of other stuff out there as well. I'm trying to develop the Spanish channel as well a lot more, because here in Spain there's more revenue to be made. See, the expat stuff, I've covered a lot of the Philippines expat stuff over the years, and quite simply, there isn't a lot else to say. You know, if somebody asks me for a specific thing, then fair enough. When we go back to the Philippines, obviously we'll video load more stuff and then we'll put it online. But the Spanish channel is starting to take over in many ways. The first thing is we've now got our first property we can sell. We're also starting to look at rentals here and facilities management, managing the properties as well for other people, and also looking at the advertising and rental market as well, because putting the video footage and that together for selling properties or renting them out is something we can do from here as well. It only takes me a couple of hours to do, but a lot of people don't have that savvy ability on the old technology. And I know mine's not great. I'm no David Bailey or what do you call it, Steven Spielberg for photos and videos. But at the end of the day, I'm producing something that I find a lot of people just don't bother with. You go to websites and a lot of them are just absolute gumph. And if you're going to rent something out or sell it, you got to stand out from the other 100 houses that look exactly the same as yours. So this is why I know it works, but obviously feeding it YouTube, it's another market. So, you know, because obviously if people do it on websites or blogs or whatever, it's sort of one-dimensional. Where you get it in YouTube, you can put 360 in there, 360 videos, you can put normal videos in there, you can put slideshows in, different ways of marketing it. And that's why I know there's a market for that. Because then let's be honest here, Spain is not short of houses. There's houses everywhere. I do think too many people try to unrealistically recover the money that they've lost in the investment, but at the same time, if you wanted a long-term tenant in there, I could probably help you with that, because I do get approached by people, and I know there's these funny rules relating to renting properties out in Spain, but you can private message me about that. We can have a chat. So yeah, Spanish stuff and developing. A lot of it's the work I do remotely is from the UK and spreadsheet based, which is primarily relating to facilities. Last year it's the NHS. I did about 600 hospitals and clinics relating to their data in the sense of what's actually in the buildings, their air conditioning, the fans, the electrical systems, the heating systems, the water systems, everything. And also finding what they've got missing and identifying that as well. That's a good money spinner, but right now there seems to be some problems in the UK. Mighty, for example, which is one of my clients, has actually sold off one of its businesses today for £2. It's got £100 million hole in its reports to the old stock exchange. It's not the only one. I think Interserve's got £160 million hole in it at the moment, and over at Carillion there's some voluntary redundancies this week. So there is some changes going on in the market, but funny enough, it's the stuff I complain about for a long period of time with some of these companies to say, you need to be looking at this, you need to be, and they're like, well, as long as my job's okay. And I'm just saying from my own experience with particular people, not the actual whole businesses themselves. They're more concerned about themselves than they are the business. So when these problems happen, it's expected, because quite amply, as long as they're getting promoted and moving along, a lot of these, well, some of these people couldn't give a damn if the business is failing or not. Yeah, so that work comes in on a as and when. Right now, because of the changes in the UK, it's a bit slower than I would like, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe something will come up, and if it doesn't, I might have to hop back in and do a facilities management role somewhere, just to prop the money up a bit while I get some other stuff off the ground. But in all honesty, that's my main sources. Then I have some website stuff, which there's no point really explaining that, because it's not an eBay shop or something like that, because I think eBay is now saturated with the Chinese. It'd be very difficult to make money through that. I would think there's a business market here in Spain, though, to actually have a lot of the stuff on the doorstep if it's a regular seller, because I know a lot of my stuff myself I can't get in Spain. So it comes from Germany, the Netherlands, the UK, China, Hong Kong, purely because it's unavailable. So in that sense, yeah, I think there's still some opportunity on the old retail market, especially if people know it's there and you can run along and get whatever it is. So yeah, been looking at a restaurant as well, because April's very keen on the old cooking side, and La Mata is full of restaurants, but look to do something a bit different to what everybody else is doing. We had a look at a unit last week, and although it's a nice unit, I think the rent's way over the top, and it needs an entire refit. So yeah, I think that'll still be sat empty for the next 10 years, but we'll still keep looking. We may even go down the route of a what do you call it, a bistro type van, and find a location for that instead. See, the thing with me is I don't mind what I'm doing as long as it's paying the bills and whatever. I'm not really fussed. I do get trolls assume, oh, Matt's doing this or Matt's doing that, as if it's some sort of mocking way. But the funny thing is, the stuff that they actually say I do, I've never done. But at the same time, it wouldn't really bother me if I had. That's the bizarre thing. You know, at the end of the day, you do what's important, and that for me is retaining my family life. At the moment, I'm sat here getting a sweat on because it's sunny. The sun's here. It's hot outside. The only reason I wound the window down is because of the noise of radios and stuff going past as vehicles are driving through, because I'm at the supermarket. April's in getting the food. So I'm just sat here in the supermarket. I thought I'd do a quick video. But this is the thing with being an expat. You need to diversify, find other ways to make money. Teaching English is something I'm about to reinvest a bit of time in. I've got 3 websites I'm busy building at the moment in the background. I'm not really talking about those. Quite simply, they're not ready yet. But the only person that holds you back from getting where you want to be is yourself. And that's the one thing I will drive home. If you don't think you can do it, you won't do it. If you know you can do it, do it. And when I say no is actually turn around and say, I'm going to make this happen. Doesn't matter what it takes. I will make it happen. Because that's how I work. It's as simple as that. And I've always been like it. And I know there's been people even in my past who would love to see me fall flat on my face. But it doesn't happen because I'm stubborn enough to just keep pushing and pushing until you get there. You persevere with it. You push through. If something doesn't work, you adjust it slightly and then carry on. You don't give up. And that's the reality of this. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not giving up. Never giving up on anything in my life. Thanks for watching. So yeah, that's what I do. that's it. I know it may sound a bit vague, but if you've got specific things, you're quite welcome to have a chat about it. But there's no point me explaining what I do on spreadsheets and stuff, because a lot of people don't understand it. Is it overcomplicated? I think it's just boring. I think it's boring. It is fairly complicated, but in all honesty, it's more a case of it takes something from A to B with a lot of bits in the middle. Basically all the information actually outputs what maintenance engineers you need, how much it will cost, what you need, what equipment you need, what needs replacing and when, all that sort of stuff. As I said, it was boring. But I love doing it. I like that sort of stuff. I like things that are not just about the data, but developing the systems that the data is held in, developing how the data is collected, how the data is manipulated, etc. That's what I enjoy. All right, thanks for watching.